Hey everybody. Wanted to do a brief and very disorganized flip through of the Change Tarot by Jessica Dore, illustrated by Xaviera Lopez. I've used this deck a little bit, so it is not in order in any way, but a few of these and you'll get the idea. It's pretty much Rider-Waite-Smith in this kind of blue, yellow, purple color scheme. It's nice. The cards are solid. You can tell kind of by how thick the whole pack is. It's on decent cardstock. Feels like paper, as cards should. But honestly, we're not going to spend too terribly much time on the cards themselves, because the real value for this is in the guidebook, to me. The thing about this, and as I was reading through it, I was like, man, this feels almost like it should be a book. Well, I got gifted the deck, so I didn't have a lot of research before having that thought, and it is. That's the thing, is Tarot for Change is Jessica Dore's book. She's been in the psychology field in some capacity for about a decade, and that's book's been in LA Times and Oprah and, a lot of the angles on that. So this is more or less the companion tarot deck that goes with that. It continually strikes me as I review these that I'm inevitably commenting on someone who's put out a deck and I haven't, and who may or may not, and in most cases is, way further developed in terms of their career and insight than I am. And so what I'm adding to this is not necessarily criticism or evaluation. It's more, if I were myself 3 years ago, how I think this might be useful, and how you can kind of understand the biases of different takes on the tarot, and what that can smooth over in terms of learning them, and what that can obscure in terms of the blind spots of any particular system. This definitely helps you interpret the tarot in a more positive light. We'll get to the explanations in there, but for things like, definitely not a softened Ten of Swords or Three of Swords, like the same as the Rider-Waite-Smith. Maybe a little less gory than the original. But I'm going to pause the flip through real quick and pull open Cups, Swords, like Three of Swords. Difficult emotions tend not to come alone. Psychologist Edward Tabor has written that hard feelings sometimes come in clusters of three, and the one we're most comfortable with takes the lead, shielding us from those we have a tougher time with. And, there's another 2 paragraphs here, but the idea is it'll give you a very therapeutic take on, hey, that card showed up. How do I deal with it? I think this is a very helpful approach to modern tarot. It goes beyond... It neatly addresses the question that a lot of people have once they've been into tarot a little bit. Everyone just wants to know their future. How do I deal with the fact that this is not an optimum predictive tool? It's more successful if you're using it to introspect and connect with your current situation. That obviously helps. For those of you who are overtly looking for a more spiritual or magical approach to tarot, this is modernized. It's not going to have as much of that. So that's pretty much my take. Like I said, I got this one as a gift, and it's been very useful. It's a very useful touchstone to go through the book and see someone who has as much psychological experience as the author. what their takes are. If I had to buy it again, personally, and again, this is me already having way too many tarot decks and needing to pare down, I would go for the book. And then I would read more magical leaning decks. But that's also me. If you're just getting into it, this is a great way to start, and also a great way to support some modern authors if you're not going to go the route of just getting a $2 reprint of something that's in public domain. Hope this was helpful to you. If you want more of this, you know what to do. In balance and power.